But there's when it comes to food, people's tastes are as unique and varied as the cultures and places they come from. While some combinations are universally loved, peanut butter and jelly, cheese and crackers, others teeter on the edge of shocking, even stomach-turning, for the uninitiated. Yet for some, these so-called gross food combos are not only edible, but absolutely cherished. So what happens when daring palates collide with unconventional pairings? The result is a world of food that's as fascinating as it is bewildering, where texture, flavor, and culture meet in plates that provoke strong reactions. Let's begin our journey with something found across American tables, often debated and widely divisive: peanut butter and pickles. At first glance, it might seem an odd pair. Creamy, nutty spread meets a crunchy, briny slice. Yet some advocates swear by the union. The saltiness of the pickles merges seamlessly with the rich peanut butter, creating a taste that's at once savory, tangy, and slightly sweet. It has its roots in the Great Depression era, when households experimented with what was available. For many, nostalgia makes this sandwich a guilty pleasure. Moving over to breakfast, let's talk about syrup and eggs. The classic American breakfast often includes eggs, bacon, pancakes, and of course maple syrup. But some take their syrup straight to their scrambled eggs, drizzling it generously across fluffy curds. To outsiders, the combination of sweet syrup and savory eggs can sound odd, but to devoted fans, it's the ultimate decadent breakfast, with each bite offering a mingling of sugar and salt. From there, let's wander into the world of fast food, where boundaries are often pushed in pursuit of viral fame or bold flavors. Take, for example, dipping French fries into a milkshake. To some, this is pure blasphemy. To others, it's a rite of passage, particularly beloved by teenagers at burger chains across the United States. The appeal is all about the contrast. Hot, salty fries combined with cold, sweet ice cream. It's a textural adventure and a playground for your taste buds, creating a sweet and salty harmony that lingers long after the last bite. Europe has its own share of controversial combos, like the French tradition of pairing cheese with jam or fruit preserves. Many find the idea of pungent blue cheese smeared with sweet fig jam off-putting. But for connoisseurs, it's a balanced masterpiece that tickles multiple senses, the sharpness of the cheese mellowed by the sugar of the fruit. Head over to Sweden, where surströmming, fermented herring, is beloved by some and dreaded by others. The fish is typically enjoyed with potatoes, onions, flatbread, and sometimes, shockingly, with a dollop of whipped cream. The combination amplifies the umami punch of the fermented herring and adds a touch of creamy richness. But for most outsiders, the strong, sour smell makes it an ordeal to try, let alone enjoy. Venturing into Asia, perhaps nowhere is the art of bold food pairings more vibrant than in Japan. There, mayonnaise is a favored topping, not just for salads, but for desserts like ice cream and pancakes, where its creamy tang accentuates sweetness in unexpected ways. Mayonnaise on pizza is another infamous pairing, often combined with seafood like shrimp or even corn, prompting strong reactions from visitors who expect something more familiar. China, with its vast culinary tradition, provides another set of combinations that surprise Western palates. There, watermelon and mustard has become a viral trend. TikTok and social media were set abuzz by people squirting bright yellow mustard over juicy red watermelon slices, Most report a clash of flavors. The sharp, peppery punch of mustard, almost masking the sweet, refreshing watermelon. Yet for some thrill-seekers and culinary influencers, the matchup is a challenge worth taking on. India brings its own unique union, mango and chili. Though fruit and spice may not seem so novel, the sheer intensity of chili powder slathered over ripe sweet mango slices is something unexpected, even for those who love bold flavors. The fire of the chili and the cool, juicy sweetness of the mango set the mouth alight with contrasting sensations. For many, it's a cherished way to eat mango, a celebration of variety in texture and flavor found in street markets all across the country. Let's not overlook Australian creativity. The famed Vegemite, a deeply savory yeast-based spread, divides opinion worldwide, while its salty intensity is typically enjoyed on toast with butter. Some go further, topping it with slices of banana. The combination melds salty, umami richness with the soft, creamy sweetness of fresh banana, creating a clash that's equal parts confusing and oddly satisfying for devotees. No exploration of gross food pairings would be complete without a mention of the notorious durian fruit, dubbed the king of fruits in Southeast Asia and known for its overwhelming, pungent smell, so strong that it's banned from many public spaces. Durian's custardy, sweet flavor is paired in Singapore and Malaysia with sticky rice and even coffee, combining two strong tastes that seem at odds but form a distinctly local treat. To outsiders, just the aroma is enough to turn stomachs, but to locals, it's a delicacy. Meanwhile, in the United Kingdom, the time-honored tradition of combining baked beans with practically anything has led to famously odd pairings. Beyond beans on toast, some enjoy them on pizza, mixed into pasta, or even topped on formal English breakfasts, alongside sweet elements like honey-glazed sausage. The mixture of sweet tomatoes and savory beans can be a textural challenge, especially when layered with unfamiliar accompaniments. In the American South, one famous pairing is cornbread, crumbled into a glass of milk, a practice rooted in necessity, but kept alive by nostalgia. Some even add onions or buttermilk, pushing the mixture further into the territory of acquired taste. For those not raised on this tradition, cold milk and soggy cornmeal bread may seem puzzling, but for many, it's a comforting reminder of home. The tradition of eating sweet and savory together isn't limited to the southern United States, however. In the state of Wisconsin, it's common to top apple pie with a slice of cheddar cheese. The sharp, creamy cheese is set atop the warm, cinnamon-sweet pie. While some cringe at the thought, locals insist that the contrast elevates both components, sweet meeting salty, warm meeting cool. Crossing into South America, Ecuador boasts fanesca, a traditional soup that combines a myriad of grains, beans, and salted cod. The mixture of textures and flavors culminates in a final garnish. Slices of hard-boiled egg and crumbled cheese, topped with tiny fried plantains. For many, this symphony of ingredients is cause for celebration. For others, it's an explosion of flavors that doesn't quite add up. Another infamous pairing that runs across international cuisines is the combination of meat and sweet fruit. In the Philippines, spaghetti is often served with a ketchup-like sauce made from bananas, punctuated by hot dogs, and topped with cheddar cheese. This medley of sweet, tangy, and salty ingredients flashes a neon sign for the adventurous. Let's not forget about pizza, a canvas for creativity, and horror, depending on your point of view. Pineapple on pizza, known as Hawaiian, is perhaps one of the most contentious food pairings in recent history, dividing friends and families alike. For haters, the marriage of sugary pineapple and savory tomato sauce is unthinkable. For lovers, it's an irresistible fusion of flavors that keeps them coming back slice after slice. In Canada, poutine is a national favorite. French fries drenched in gravy and topped with fresh cheese curds. But some take it further, adding oddities like pulled pork, peas, or even fried eggs. The result is a gooey, rich plate that some see as the height of indulgence, and others see as an offense to traditional fries. Moving toward quirky moments in snacking, let's look at the Israeli snack of bamba, peanut butter-flavored puffs dipped in chocolate spread. This creates an intense, sticky, oddly addictive mouthful that merges salty, sweet, and nutty sensations. Not far off, Americans have created their own twist: potato chips dipped in chocolate or ice cream, bringing crunchy, salty chips together with melty, sweet treats for a contrast that keeps snackers reaching for more. The phenomenon of eating raw fish with creamy toppings is found in South America's Nikkei cuisine, blending Japanese techniques with Peruvian ingredients. You'll find sushi-grade fish topped with dollops of spicy cheese sauce, avocados, or passion fruit pulp, an unusual blend of flavors and textures that confounds expectations. Of course, not all combinations are limited to cultural or national boundaries. Some odd food pairings are simply born of impulse, late-night cravings, or personal idiosyncrasy. There are urban legends of people smearing toothpaste on Oreos or slathering Nutella inside bacon-wrapped hot dogs. Some swear by hot sauce in their ice cream, or even sriracha over watermelon. In each case, the combination defies logic and tradition. Yet for those who try them, sometimes the experience is transformative, revealing a taste sensation that shapes their eating habits forever. In exploring the world of food, these so-called gross combinations are less about challenging taboos and more about embracing the endless diversity of human preference. Taste is subjective, woven from the threads of memory, necessity, creativity, and even rebellion. What's considered revolting in one country might be ordinary comfort food in another. Sometimes it takes just one bite to see things from a new angle. So the next time you wrinkle your nose at peanut butter and pickles or balk at the idea of mayo-topped pizza, remember, food is as much a story of culture and adventure as it is nourishment. For some, the grossest food pairings are a celebration of boldness, a reminder that taste is best explored without barriers. Whether you're brave enough to venture into this world or prefer to observe from the sidelines, one thing is certain. In the wide, wild landscape of human cuisine, the journey is never dull.